Hello to all the wonderful people and friends I've met along the way in my journey of becoming an organic berry farmer. It could be easy to think that the work starts now with the furious growing of new life, but winter is where the action has been, and the springtime, it's just when the warmth and sunshine push up the growth from the underground to take in what the sunlight delivers. This time of the year, it's important for the development of leaves of the strawberries that we planted in autumn and winter. Hardly anything happens when you plant these little runners in the ground, and you look at your fields for months wondering how you're going to go for the next season. I got impatient looking at the weather and the clouds, trying to analyse the warmth in the air and how much frost we're going to be expecting, right up until the moment occurs when the days are over 15 degrees for more than one. That's what we need to warm the ground up, just enough to wake up the strawberries and say, hey, it's time. We start by giving them trace elements that we know are needed to help start the growing cycle. We need to wait until the weather is warm enough, and we need to apply our nutrients in very, very small, minute amounts. And then we need to be patient with nature. The minerals and nutrients we're giving them over the last month, they are just before the warmth really starts, and it helps us see the leaf growth. It often starts with a few small leaves and they just burst from each plant. A couple of flowers sometimes. Sometimes the flowers are lost to the bit of frost in the mornings that we get. Sometimes we get them until late November, these frosts. But when the stars are aligned and nutrition is on point, the larger leaves appear. And the flowers still grow, but what we're looking for is large, shiny leaves. The large, shiny leaves tell us that they're okay with how they're being fed, and there's plenty of photosynthesis happening. That is a fancy word, but that's the conversion of energy from the plants to the roots. And that's what we need to produce great fruit, because it's the conversion of the sunshine received through the leaves that helps the roots grow and reach the other nutrients in the soil. Some of these nutrients don't move far. It's just like all the goodies are here, but you're going to have to get them yourself at the right time when you need them. So sometimes you're going to need nutrients to build up your muscles, but sometimes you need nutrients that are just going to help you get through a long walk or a race. The amazing conversion between the sunshine and the plant roots is something that simply amazes me. When I read up on what makes a successful strawberry field, there is so much detail available for me to follow. I look at the size of the leaves, how shiny they are, the colour, is there any discoloration around the edges, and the amount of leaves on a plant. And that will dictate how much fruit the plant is able to grow and grow out to be a mature, ready to pick fruit. Did you know fruit can only be as good as its lowest mineral? If there's 100 things I need to get perfect to get the perfect sweet strawberry, if I miss out on getting just one, like the calcium levels right, it won't be as sweet as if I did, even though everything else is right. It'll look amazing, and it'll have rich, bright colours, and the size could be large, but missing out on that valuable calcium at the time it needed it means that the fruit just doesn't get that sweetness. It is crazy, but it's true. And you just can't put that calcium in as a mineral and hope that it works, because it's got to follow the natural sequence of the uptake of nutrients at the right time. Nature is funny like that. And because we don't put any long life or slow release fertiliser in our strawberry beds like most other farmers do, we've got to be on top of our game. Missing out on nutrients at each step of the growing process can affect the flush of fruit. And I'm not sure about this, but I think one year we simply didn't have enough nutrition applied on the plants, and they weren't as full flavoured as I'd hoped they'd be. I think we under-fertilised, to be honest, because we had so much fruit on the plants and it wasn't reflected in what we gave them. Well, we're trying something different this year, and even though people did love our fruit, I thought it could have been sweeter, so we're going to try to handle it a little bit differently this year. And each year is incredibly different. I admire the older farmers, the ones who've got wisdom to reflect on the past and have some memories of what one year was compared to the other. And I don't know if they write it all down, because I have to write it down. I just find it all so hard to remember. We're moving into our final year of conversion, so we can call ourselves certified organic berry growers after August 2020. I'm not sure if we'll be growing the same amount of strawberries, because the future might be in our blueberries as they become more commercialised. I sometimes wonder if I'll ever get the raspberries right to grow like they should. Learning about the raspberries has been really painful, financially and morally. And the mistakes that we've made. Well, if it wasn't for our wonderful friends and, the customers who keep encouraging us and supporting us through buying our produce, I don't know how we keep going. And it's crazy to think, but even though I'm getting older, and this has been the biggest risk I've ever taken in life that I could ever imagine, I'm more positive about my future growing healthy food that people love. In a world of uncertainty, particularly around food, I think growing healthy food is as important as pretty much anything I can think of. So I want to say thanks for being part of our journey as we navigate through the world of soil stewardship, understanding how nature's working, and working with the natural forces that we can't control, for providing you with food that is so delicious and healthy because of how it's grown. The fact that we can make your day happier because you've eaten one of our delicious strawberries, blueberries and raspberries. We're looking forward to a tremendous season for the year 2019 and 2020. And I'm so pleased you're part of it too. Bye for now.